I was on a hangout with Chris Miller, aka Black Up India, and we were talking about voting. When I was looking in the chat, and I had several people leave comments saying Stan Lee died, and I kept seeing it over and over again throughout the chat, but I couldn't respond to it. Then I got notifications coming to my email saying the same thing. Then I had like the little phone notifications that came to me saying the exact same thing. And then right in the middle of the hangout, I managed to type his name into Google just to confirm that it was true. And it indeed was true. So at the age of 95, Stan Lee has passed away. Now, I've talked about Stan Lee on my channel before, and it was mainly because of some kind of issue that somebody was trying to get him on, but that kind of quickly faded into obscurity because I don't think it was anything there. Now, as we all know, if you are a comic book fan or you're a fan of Marvel, Stan Lee, along with his partner, who was also deceased, whose name is Jack Kirby, back in 1961, started the Marvel Comics. That includes Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, the Hulk, Thor, and of course Black Panther. And Marvel is one of those names that just stands out. When you hear that name Marvel, Stan Lee is one of the people that who come to mind when you think of that particular universe. And then of course, as years went by, Marvel went into Hollywood and became more film based. And as we all know, in case you don't know, Marvel was at the brink of bankruptcy. And the movie Blade literally saved not only just Marvel, but also comic book films as a whole being created and being made. Of course, it doesn't give as much shine as it should, but I just thought I should throw that in there. I remember when Spider-Man came out, the very first Spider-Man, with Tobey Maguire, back in 2002, and I was 13 years old and just being amazed at how, at the time, how innovative that was, and I couldn't wait to see more Marvel-based films going forward. And of course, now we see where they are at now in current day, and like they just keep getting better and better. And there's always like this thing: who do you like more, Marvel or DC? But to be honest, I like Marvel a little bit more, but DC does have some good products. Of course, some of their movies could be a little bit better, but I like them as well. But I was looking through some of the articles, and it was saying that he was battling different illnesses throughout the year. I think they say he had a bout of pneumonia. So he hasn't been like in the best health for the last year or so. His wife actually passed last year, and it's so crazy because his wife actually died around this time last year. I think his wife died in November of 2017, and ironically, he dies in the same month. It's almost like the whole thing with Michael Jackson. He died in June 25th, 2009, and then his dad Joe Jackson dies 2 days after in the same month of this year, June 27th. So it's just kind of weird how all of that ends up happening. One thing I will miss about Stan Lee is the cameo appearances. For those of you who are familiar, Stan Lee said that all he asks when it comes to the Marvel films, no matter if it's owned by Disney or if it's under Sony, that he has a cameo appearance in every film, and they've honored that wish for him in every Marvel-based movie that has come out, whether it was under the Sony umbrella or the Fox umbrella, which is now about to be under Disney, or the Disney umbrella. Now, what I am curious though to see is how his cameo is going to look into the Spider-Verse movie, because that's an animated movie, so it's going to be interesting to see how he looks as an animated character. So I think it's safe to say that the last movie he's going to make a cameo appearance in will definitely probably be Spider-Man Far From Home, since that's the last film that I know of coming out next year, where that just wrapped filming about last month. And of course, he was still alive at the time. So I think that's probably the last cameo appearance he's going to be in. So it's going to be weird seeing how it's going to be going forward after that film comes out and not seeing him appear. But I'm sure they're probably going to find a way to maybe insert him in there somehow, like maybe a picture or a poster of some sort. But I would say rest in peace to Stan Lee. He definitely created a culture with these comics. He actually introduced a lot of people into comics. I know a lot of black people say they're not really into comics like that, but I think a lot of them really are. They just don't want to say it. But he definitely brought a lot of characters into the fold. Of course, not by his own doing, but he definitely was one of the founders. And if it wasn't for him doing that, we wouldn't see a lot of the stuff that we see right now on the big screen. So he definitely left behind a legacy that is definitely going to be here forever. So while he's no longer here amongst the living, his legacy as far as Marvel is concerned is definitely going to be here for a lifetime. But y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. The links will be in the description. I'll talk to you in the next one.